be worked on. I probably could have done it myself, but I've been unpacking and then Thanksgiving happened, and so it's just been a little crazy, but we are back. We are ready to go. I'm actually back in the Medieval Charter Challenge neighborhood that I'm working on just because I feel very inspired. So we're not working on the desert today. As you can see, we are actually working on the dry coast biome. Now, the dry coast, it's, from my understanding, like North Carolina in the United States. It's essentially, you know, it's beachy, but it's not like wet beachy, if that makes any kind of sense. I don't know. I do have a default here, but for whatever reason, I don't have the tiles here, so we're glossing over this. We're pretending that's not happening. Now, in terms of building, excuse me. Oh my goodness, I just had a pops because I just had the worst coughing fit in the world. So, anyways, in terms of building, what I want for this area, I really want to be kind of inspired by the way that Viking buildings were kind of like, there was 4 buildings in a little kind of square with an open courtyard in the middle. I want them to be made out of stone. I don't know why I decided that that was a super reasonable building material, but you know, it could be. Maybe this area has a lot of stone in it, we don't know. They will have glass windows, and there's not going to be separate rooms. Now that is all that I've really determined. I don't know if I said this before. How long is this? Okay. But one of my main things for this MCC is limited CC. So going back and going forth and going back and going forth and just seeing like how much I need to put in to make it feasibly fantasy medieval. Like if you saw it on HBO, you might squint a little, but you would allow it. So that's what we're going for. So this is going to be the hardest part for me because I'm terrible. So I want them to be like 5. This is not going to be the start of building, by the way. This is just me marking out kind of where these other ones are going to go. Okay, so I want this one to start maybe here. And this is going to be the biggest one. So this will be kitchen, living room. And this is 16 by 7. So we want another 16 by 7 here. I started on the wrong spot. Okay, so it's a little... It's not so square. It's not as square as I would prefer it to be. So what if we scooched it down? Yeah, this is the hardest part. And I could have done it like a speed build, but I just don't know. I just felt like talking and building today, so that's what we're doing. And then maybe these will be 6 by 12. I know they're not perfect. I know these are not exactly how like the Viking buildings were. They were all pretty uniform, but I like that they're a little bit off. And this is also inspired by the neighborhood that I started my channel with, which I never even got to play because the Ultimate Collection does not play nicely with the old game, and obviously I have the Ultimate Collection now, but I still have the neighborhood sitting in a file. Every now and then I throw it in my game to see like maybe it'll want to cooperate and play today, but it never does. So we will do... No. Because I did these in the other game. I did like these cool little like... They were like this, but then they had like triangle roofs, but I don't think there's enough space to do 2 on either side, so what we'll do is we'll do one here. Yeah, not there. Just for a restroom, because obviously we want to make sure that there's bathrooms. So since there's not going to be separate rooms, like this is the space that we have to work out of. I also don't want them to be 2-story. I'm going to avoid that if I can. The Jarls probably could be, but right now this is enough space. Like there's just going to be 2 Sims here, so yeah. Another thing that they had were these really interesting roofs. Hang on, okay. where like one side just had like little butt end and then they were like that. And so I'm gonna do that on some of them. Maybe just like the main, because since this isn't a square, it's kind of gonna be a little hard to do it on all of them. But I think I can get a few, just like 2. Okay. Also, I hope everybody had an awesome food day. I know it's kind of a controversial day for some people, myself included, but there's still food. That's why I call it food day, because then you're not celebrating awfulness, you're just celebrating food. Oh, that's... If I did it lower, would it? No, that would make it worse. No, how did I do those? Are they 2-tile? How did I do that before? Can these be higher than 52? Maybe that's what I did. Oh, 59. I think that's what I did. And then I put one of these. Okay, 59 might be a bit much. Oh, for Pete's sake. I will say I don't miss how fiddly Sims 2 roofs are ever. Whenever I'm playing another game, like this is not something that I go, you know what, I wish that I had a Sims 2 roof. No, no one will ever say that. No one will ever think that. No one wants it. Wait, no, you're supposed to look like that. Why are you being hateful? Why? You see that I'm clicking this one and it's being crazy, and I'm clicking this one and it's not being crazy. Oh, because I did it so wide. So you're going, what did I do wrong? Clearly. Okay. It's usually me. That's why it's always, what did I do wrong? There we go. It's not perfect, like you can see it a little bit, but I like them. I don't know why, I just like them. And then I think in terms of roofing, I'm just like a note for myself real quick. I'm gonna go with the thatch roof. I just think it makes sense. I'll do like a brown one here. And then stone. Where's my good angle? Here she is. So probably gray stone is gonna be our kind of palette here. Ooh, I do like that though. I mean, it's kind of gray. Did I like this? No. I mean, I do, but not for this. I wish I could use that set, but every time I do, I don't know, it just looks fake to me, which is stupid because I've seen houses that look like that, but just my brain says it's fake, and therefore it is fake. Brains are weird. Could be nice if I could use like a full-on cool set. Yeah, or use this one. So let's do it. Boom. Done. Done and dusted. Also, I don't know if I mentioned it. This is the Jarl's home. So this is like the person in charge of the Dry Coasts area. Hey, that was rude behavior. We don't appreciate that. Okay. Cool. Okay. In terms of doors, I haven't downloaded anything because when I did the desert area for the first time, I didn't download anything at all. But I figured, yeah, I essentially figured that I would find things. I am gonna have to end up downloading doors because I know the doors that I want to use for these, they're open and they've got like little runes on them, so I'm not gonna place those. So I need to download those, so doors. So that's something that I need to download. Oh, and the road tiles for the default. Okay. So then the courtyard I don't really want it to be... Could I do dirt clod and have that look kind of okay? I think so. This is just going to be like the initial version as well. Like most of these lots go through a couple stages of building. Yeah, I think it's fine. And again, this is just me throwing things down. It's not perfect. Dry coast, dry coast. So I also, for all of these, I fully intend to like, you know, go through and pick certain crops in certain areas. I'm not going to be like super particular about it, but I want it to kind of make sense and be cohesive. So like salt deposits in a dry coast, that makes sense to me. I really hope you can't hear my freaking neighbor's dog barking. I feel bad for it. It barks all the time. And I even yesterday, which yesterday was Thanksgiving, I was like, God, at least they'll be home for Thanksgiving and they can pay attention to their dog because I feel so bad for it. Nope, nope, they still left it outside. I think it just lives outside. And at first I was irritated. I'm like, if I find whoever's house that is, I am very much going to put train your dog flyers on their door. But now I just feel bad for the dog. Because like the dog didn't do anything wrong. The dog is just left outside all the time. Like, I would bark too. See, that's where I'm currently at with neighbors barking dog all the time. I'm just kind of picking random things that seem to make sense. Not all this is going to stay, but I just kind of want to see what I have and what I think makes sense. Wait, ooh, brine rock, yeah, 'cause salt, brine, that makes sense. Should we let them have sea lions? Because, like, dry coast. I'm going to research that. Because I feel like that's a yes. They'll probably be yes. I haven't done this part with the toad, oh my gosh, the desert area yet. I plan on making there be snakes and stuff, but no one has pets. So I haven't fully committed to that yet. But this is me we're talking about. There's going to be pets. Bees? We could have bees. I don't think there should be wolves. There's not going to be horkers because this is not cold enough. Rabbits. I have been allowing the fallout crops because I said so. Yeah, tons of gardening stuff. I'm not really going to place most of that down right now because, like I said, I'm gotta decide really what I want. I'm just trying to feel inspired by looking through my CC and going, It's kind of cool. I like the concept of that, like hanging by doors. Because in the desert area, they have lots of these, because like I figure they have to be careful with the soil and everything. This, I don't feel like they have to be careful with soil, so it's a different, you know, it's a literal different biome. But maybe there's other things that they do, or... A lot of world building for me is just kind of, well, in The Sims specifically, it's just kind of like, what would be cool? What would be kind of a fun concept? And then it just snowballs. Yeah, so far I like that, like, that's something that they grow by their doorway for luck or what have you. British well. Isn't this one a Viking well? I feel like it's a, yeah. I feel like we should use the Viking well. But I don't know, I like this one. Because it would go... Did I not make it so it could be centered? I'm going to finish going through these real quick and make sure I don't like any other one better. Alright, let's see how mad am I going to be. Is this an even number? Yes! Okay. So I'm mad at it. But that's okay because I can use, you know, I can have it not stamped to the grid and be in the center. So far, I definitely want like salt. I like the idea of there being songbirds. You know, this is gonna be probably a very fisherman type community. But there'll be some hunting gathering going on. I want this by doorways. I think it's cute. Ducks, that should be a thing. And then that'll go kind of in the center. Okay. So far, I am believing it. There's no doubt that this could, in theory, be like a real fantasy medieval kind of setup. I don't really want them to have walls. Like, I have walls, but I don't really want them to have walls. Maybe the Jarl can have walls, because it's the Jarl. To, like, protect their compound. But I want to be careful about walls because, as I've learned in Adir, and I forget, especially with apartment lots, like, they do need the space clear or else they get stuck. They can't go nowhere, so I'm being careful. Yeah, and put just like a cool gate. This is the same ones we used in the desert area, actually. But it works out. They look fine. I don't know if I used the actual arch or not, but if I did, well, they're believable in both areas. That means 1 piece of CC for 2 areas, 2 for the price of 1. They also will need fireplaces. I don't really want to use these though, because I don't really like those. Wait a minute, don't I have the sun and moon fireplace things in? I do. Sweet, okay. Because I like these for this area. So I'm just gonna place kind of a few, but I like the big, you know, this is how you get your heat fireplaces. And I think they should have to be in each area, so okay. Satisfied with that. Inside should be stone as well. We don't have any inside walls, so we don't have to worry about that. I mean, I'm pretty satisfied with the way these buildings are turning out. The only thing I think that like would really sell the vision for me, so to speak, would be timbered beams that are slanted sideways, but I'm trying to decide, is that necessary or is it just like a decorative element that I would really enjoy seeing? Oh wait, don't I do have them. I already thought ahead. I knew what I would want. Okay. Yeah, see, I know myself. I know myself. I'm not gonna put it on all of them, but let's just, oops, oh, it needs to be pushed closer, that's fine. Doesn't look so much better. I think they're clipping a tiny bit, aren't they? Just a teensy tiny bit, but you know how we can fix that? Yoink. Okay, that didn't fix it. I mean, it made it better. It didn't fix it. That's okay. I'm not super annoyed by that. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Happy with that. Flooring. Also, I'm loving, like, mostly on Tumblr, but like any comments, opinions, suggestions that you have about this, or like things that you've done for yours, I would love to hear about it because, like I said, I love world building and it's really, this has been very fun for me. It's what I'm inspired to just sit and do this and nothing else. Should we do stone flooring? Should we commit to full stone? Or should we lean in more towards, I think these are Sims medieval floors. That's what they look like. And do more of wood. Just to kind of break it up. I think like the fat wooden planks here are the way to go. Oh, these would have been perfect. I hate that they go forever though. Like that's, nope. I'm gonna have to remove those because I can't use them. It's funny, I never noticed it before, and then I believe it was Hat Plays Sims, like just mentioned that somebody made them floors that don't go on forever because it annoyed them as well, and I was like, oh. And I was like, oh. And now I can't unsee it. So like all these floors that go on forever, I'm like, they're so pretty. No, will not use. 0 out of 10. Shoot, looks like I downloaded that whole set too. I'm trying to pick out like a floor for these people. Yeah, I don't like those either. So this is wood and should be categorized as wood. I'm just saying. Note to self, please fix it. Those are kind of interesting. Maybe. I mean, I love all of these. I don't want to go full on Viking because the point is not to just mimic an actual real life thing. I'm taking elements, but I don't want it to be fully taken, you know, wholesale from a specific culture kind of thing. I want to do the Robert Jordan approach, which is to mix everything. All right, I'm gonna have to get floorboards that I'm happy with, but I know I need them now. Okay, so furniture-wise, I haven't decided anything, but I feel like, I mean, I could live with just wooden, basic wooden furniture. The question is, would they have access to it? Because I don't know if they would. I don't know if they would have wood. The reason why I question it is because if you think about it, like Dry Coast, they probably don't have trees. Like I feel like it's like scrubland, so they would have like maybe more wicker or a thatch or like reeds. I hope you can hear the question in my tone for all of this because I just genuinely don't know. I think I'm gonna have to research a bit more. So we're gonna stop here. I think this is kind of a good stopping place, and I'm gonna go do some research to decide how I want to kind of proceed. I'm gonna download the things that I need. So doors, windows, these road tile defaults, some floorboards, and then I'm gonna look into like furniture styles in terms of what I want to do for these guys. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're still finding this interesting because I certainly am, and I will see you in the next one.